Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Fitzmonk TV here, aka G-Lauren33. I am back here today with another episode of the Legit Shoot podcast. Here with your Monday Night Raw review and results for March 22nd, 2021. Thank you guys, as always, for joining me on the podcast. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, there's probably going to be a lot of ranting. I just woke up, actually, because you guys know I work overnights. And, you know, it's good that I slept before this review because there's a lot of stuff to talk about and it's not good. It is not good. But before we get into the opening shoot and the ranting and the bitching and all that stuff you expect, because you guys saw my Twitter last night, you guys kind of knew this was coming. But, really quick, if you guys haven't already, the Fastlane review is live on the channel. I recorded it on Monday. It is live, so go check that out if you guys haven't already. We talk about how horrific that show was because Fastlane was not a good show. I don't want to hear anybody saying it was. I don't care how good Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan was. That was not a good pay-per-view. They messed up with Sasha and Bianca. The Apollo and Big E ending was not planned out correctly, you know, and there's a bunch of other things. So go check that out if you guys haven't already. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to click that big red button and subscribe. Also, make sure you click the bell right next to my name, Fitzmonk TV, so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. But let's get into it because I don't want to waste any time. Today's opening shoot, and for those of you guys who have been watching me for any length of time, I think you guys will know I'm very passionate about the women's division. That's what I've been the most passionate about since I started this podcast, since, you know, I became a huge fan of Sasha Banks back in 2015. It's the reason why, you know, this podcast is named the Legit Shoot Podcast, right? But, I'm very, very annoyed at the stupidity of some wrestling fans. For real, if you're going to be a influencer in this community, on Twitter, on YouTube, or wherever it is, can you be fucking consistent? Honestly, can you be fucking consistent? Because, man, are there some hypocritical idiots. One example is people that were happy that Edge won the Royal Rumble. When Edge won the Royal Rumble, right, people complain, oh, Edge is a part-timer. And then 2 weeks later, people are taking it back and ignoring the fact that Edge was a part-timer. It's like it didn't exist to them anymore, right? People that, you know, were happy that Bianca Belair won the Women's Royal Rumble. Now they're turning on Bianca because some people are claiming, oh, I thought I saw a star in her, but there's nothing there, even though we haven't got to WrestleMania. If you guys can see where I'm going with this, I'm talking about the Rhea Ripley situation. What they did last night on Monday Night Raw with Rhea Ripley and Asuka was one of the worst creative decisions I have ever seen made in all my years, you know, watching wrestling. And I'm serious when I say that. Last night, Rhea Ripley came out on her first night on Monday Night Raw and challenged Asuka to a Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania. And here's the thing, I'm not mad that Rhea Ripley is challenging Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. It's the circumstances behind it and how did we fucking get here? How did we get here, people? Right? When did it? When you have your most important show of the year. Your most important show. When did it ever make sense for a superstar to walk up to another champion and just ask for a title shot and be granted it? Not earned. I do not care. Rhea Ripley has done nothing, absolutely nothing to deserve a Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania. All right? Nothing at all. It's her first night. And the thing about it is, for those guys who listen to this podcast, you guys know I am a huge Rhea Ripley fan. She's one of my favorites. My favorite female wrestlers, Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley. I think that's easily the top three. And then you could put Bayley and Asuka in there as well. But I have been so high on Rhea Ripley over the years. I was so mad. I spent most of last year bitching about how WWE fucked up Rhea Ripley after they had her lose the shot at WrestleMania in the Performance Center. and how she never truly regained any momentum from that. And now is this how you think you can make things right? Really? I understand that Charlotte has COVID, right? And then, the whole Andrade situation and, her WrestleMania status being up in the air. She was taken off the poster. You guys know I'm not a Charlotte fan, and I'm not going to sit here and defend her. I'm not. But can we make some fucking sense? Really? Do you understand how bad that decision is that they made last night? They have just ruined the entire concept of the Royal Rumble. We talk about how WWE's ruined concepts like Money in the Bank with what they did with Miz and Otis. Or how we talked about how pay-per-views, right? Gimmick pay-per-views ruin feuds. Like how you have to be forced to do a Hell in a Cell match because it's on a pay-per-view calendar. Or a TLC match, right? Look, this was horrific. The whole point of the Women's Royal Rumble, the whole point of the Royal Rumble in general is one superstar outlasts 30 other men or women superstars to win. And then they get to choose the champion that they face at WrestleMania in one of the main events. That concept is ruined because Rhea Ripley, and I understand, yes, people can be like, oh, but didn't Rhea Ripley get screwed out of the Women's Royal Rumble anyway? Because if you look back and check the footage, Bianca's feet touched the ground first. And they never did anything about that. Shut the hell up. Everyone knew Bianca was supposed to win that match. It doesn't matter if her feet accidentally touched the floor first. Go back and watch what happened between The Rock and The Big Show back in, Royal Rumble 2000? Please. Who cares? That's not the issue here. That's not the issue here. And just because I don't want to hear the fucking excuse that because Rhea Ripley was in the final 3 of the Women's Royal Rumble, the final 2, if we're being specific, that kind of gives her a little bit of entitlement. No, it doesn't. You didn't win the Women's Royal Rumble. You didn't win it. What makes you think that you, as a rookie, gets to come on your first night on the scene and you're granted a Women's Championship opportunity? You just get to walk off and be like, hey, I want to face the top champion. And she gets it. No. This is the problem with WWE in 2021. They don't care. They think they can insult your intelligence and they think they can do whatever they want. And you're just going to sit there and be spoon-fed and take it right up the ass. That's what it is. That's the problem at the end of the day. It's an insult of our intelligence. I've been saying now for weeks. For weeks. We all knew, right? We all knew there was most likely going to be either one of 3 options for Asuka. All right, because thank God that we didn't get Lacey Evans versus Charlotte. Because remember, that was actually the plan. They were going to have Lacey Evans beat Asuka at the Elimination Chamber if the pregnancy announcement never happened. Which, who knows how bad that would have been. Oh, thank the good Lord we're not going to have to ever deal with that. But, that is not the point. The point I'm trying to make here is that, look, even if it was kind of predictable that Rhea Ripley was going to be involved in the Raw Women's Championship scene going to WrestleMania, right? One of 3 options. It was either going to be Rhea versus Asuka, Charlotte versus Asuka, or the most predictable one, which I still think could have happened, right? Because I don't believe this notion that Charlotte's going to be off WrestleMania just because her fiance got released. I don't see that happening. I don't see WWE doing that. I don't see Charlotte doing that. Charlotte's going to be back. They said it last night. She's gone right now because of COVID. She's going to be back probably in the next 2 weeks because it doesn't take 2 weeks to freaking heal from COVID if the story is true. But she will be back and they're going to throw her in there because it's Charlotte fucking Flair. And she's above everybody. Right? It's not that we knew that we were going to get this match. It's how they did it. What makes Rhea Ripley entitled enough? It's one thing if it's Charlotte or maybe a Becky Lynch or if Ronda Rousey came back and made that challenge. That's one thing. Rhea Ripley's a fucking rookie. As much as I love her, she's a rookie. What has she done to deserve that spot? What has she done to deserve to be put in that position? Really? I hate that you guys are on Twitter and on social media. Just because you guys love Rhea Ripley, you guys are trying to come up with stupid excuses to defend this. There's no defending it. They've ruined the Royal Rumble concept with this decision altogether. Because now there's a rookie of all people can walk in and ask for a WrestleMania match and get it. Where's the authority here? Where's the backstage officials? Who's running this shit show? Where's Shane or Triple H or Stephanie or fucking Adam Pearce? Where's one of these people to come in and say, no, you can't just walk in and be gifted a WrestleMania title shot? I said it. WWE should have done a tournament. Even if it was predictable that it would have ended up being Ripley or Charlotte or a combination of the two, they should have done that. Because at least then, you could have everyone gets a fair shot. Right? This makes no sense. How much does that anger other superstars backstage that are there every single week? And that she just comes in on her first night and she is gifted a WrestleMania title shot. She probably already has some people that don't like her because of what happened last year. Because I read the stories. There were people unhappy that Rhea Ripley just came in and she was gifted a WrestleMania title shot with Charlotte Flair. And now, in her second WrestleMania, the year after that, now she's going to be fighting in a one-on-one Raw Women's Championship match. You know what's crazy? Rhea Ripley already has more WrestleMania title shots, one-on-one title shots, than Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey, some of the greatest female wrestlers this company has ever seen. Rhea Ripley already has more one-on-one WrestleMania title shots than. Is that mind-blowing? That is mind-blowing to think about. WWE has fucked up so bad, and they think you're just going to glance over it because, oh yeah, Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. It's going to be a fantastic match. I'm excited for it. But I'm not going to sit here and overlook the fact that WWE tried to insult my intelligence by making a dumbass decision like this that made no sense. They didn't even do a number one contender match. They could have done a pointless triple threat match for all I care. Because at least then you could say Ripley won a match to earn that shot. She legit hasn't done anything to earn that shot. And here the fuck we are. Here we are. It's sad. It really is sad. And if you are trying to defend this decision, really, you're the reason why this company is such a fucking shithole in 2021 creatively. You are, because you let them get away with stupid shit like this. Just like the Bianca Belair situation as well. They are ruining Bianca Belair in front of our eyes. I'm starting to dislike Bianca just because of the way she's booked. Because I am so terrified that they're going to force a title reign on her at WrestleMania that she doesn't deserve. Yo, I read the comment section every video. I may not always respond, but I read it. I look at your Twitter DMs. I get your messages. And if you are trying to defend Bianca Belair winning the Raw Women's Championship or the SmackDown Women's Championship from Sasha Banks at WrestleMania, I'm not going to respond to you. It's stupid and retarded. Listen to the podcast. I give you fact. And even though sometimes I'm a little biased with my opinion, I still give you objective facts every single week. Every single week. That's why I'm one of the best on here. Just because I have a lower following than JD and BC and all these other content creators who I look up to. I am one of the best at doing this every week. And the people that are here every week know that for a fact. And I'm sorry, with the way they are doing this with Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley going into WrestleMania is dumb and it's wrong. I don't want to hear, oh yeah, it's the next generation. It's the next crop of stars. They have fucked it up. There is no way in hell you're going to make me believe that Rhea Ripley earned a title shot and that she deserves to walk in on her first night on Monday Night Raw and be like, I want to face you at WrestleMania. She hasn't earned that right. She doesn't get to do that. And if you let the company get away with that, you're the fucking problem with this company. Same thing with people that believe Bianca Belair should win the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania. No, she shouldn't. And it's pissing me off because I really do like Bianca. I really do. She is a future star of this company. But you guys are so retarded and stupid. And all you guys want is a big moment. A big moment. Because now you guys see I'm getting angry. Now I'm actually getting angry the more I think about it. Really. If Chewbacca's in the chat right now, I know he's recording this because he's going to put this on the best Fitzmonk TV rants of 2021 when we get to the end of the year. Because honestly, this is really, really stupid how the logic of wrestling fans are. All you want is a moment, but you don't look at the long-term the big picture. You don't look at the after effects. You don't see how it actually affects the fucking company going forward. You guys don't see it. I see it. You don't. You're just casuals and you're blind. You're blind and you're stupid. And you let them get away. Just like this shaming man bullshit storyline with Braun Strowman is stupid, right? You guys are stupid. Because you take everything Vince McMahon gives you and you take it up the ass. And you just run with it. You just run with it. You don't look at it. You don't analyze it. You're just like, oh, I cannot wait to see Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. But no, you guys don't care to look at how it actually affects the rest of the women's division. And you wonder why every month another WWE superstar is asking for a release. Huh? Have you guys realized that Bayley, who had the best year out of anybody outside of Sasha Banks last year, someone who carried the company on her back, she does not have a WrestleMania match. She has nothing. Bayley is not on the card at all. She's not even a women's tag team situation. I can see maybe they put Bayley and Carmella together. I don't know. But right now, Bayley has nothing to do for WrestleMania. She has nothing. And nobody's talking about that. But y'all want to talk about, the Rhea Ripley hype, the Bianca Belair hype. When they are ruining those two young talent in front of your eyes, they're ruining their women's division. They're ruining the creative storylines on their shows right in front of you. They are ruining the Royal Rumble concept. One of the most important matches in the wrestling business. They just ruined the concept of that match. They just told you the Royal Rumble doesn't matter, but y'all don't care. Y'all won't talk about it. That's why I'm here. Y'all some idiots and some clowns for real. For real. It's actually pissing me off to see this. Really. Because I know I'm here to educate you guys, but really, man, there's a limit. There really is so much that I can take of stupidity. And you guys, these last couple days, man, because look we're going to go into the summer. Rhea Ripley's most likely going to win that Raw Women's Championship from Asuka. And if Bianca wins, it's going to be even worse. Because watch, when Rhea and Bianca have nobody to feud with this summer, and their reigns are just as bad, if not worse, than everybody before them, and they're not looking like stars, they look like terrible champions, I'll be sitting here to remind you assholes of how we got here. Decisions like what we saw last night led us to where we are right now. It's stupid and it's retarded that some of y'all are so blinded by everything that Vince McMahon does that we are at this point right now. Really. I don't care that we're getting Rhea Ripley and Asuka at WrestleMania. It's going to be a great match. But why did we have to take this direction? Why? Why does Reginald and all this other bullshit have to be involved with Sasha Banks and Bianca? The two big women's championship matches, which I should be excited for, right? Because these could be two of the best women's matches we've seen in years on WWE TV. They have the potential to do so. But no, I'm more mad of how we got these matches, where these storylines are going, than the actual match itself. And it should not be the case. And you guys should be just as angry as I am. But no, you guys are just hyped about the match. And that's sad. Because it proves that you just let Vince McMahon do whatever he wants with you. He insults your intelligence and you just don't give a shit. It's sad, guys. It really is. And y'all need to really get your heads out your asses. Really. Fucking look at the company. Look at what they are doing. And actually come out and say that it's wrong. It's wrong. Because you guys might as well be in the same bed as the yes man that locked himself in Vince's office every single week. Really. Because if you don't stand up, go on social media and complain about this bullshit like I do, really, you are a casual, you are retarded, and you are the problem with this company. That's just fact at the end of the day, and I really don't care. Do not go in the comment section trying to defend this Bianca and Rhea bullshit. Do not. Do not. Because I'll leave my other subscribers, the ones that are actually fucking educated, that are actually smart in their brains, to take care of you. Because I'm not going to waste my breath on it anymore. It's pissing me off. Man. I didn't think I was going to rant like that to open the show. I didn't think I was going to spend the first 20 minutes of the podcast going off like that. But here the fuck we are. Here the fuck we are. We're going to try to review this shit show tonight. Last night's Raw was... I don't even know how to describe it. I don't. Yeah, they did, and you can now clearly see... We pretty much know the direction for all the WrestleMania matches now. But still, it's just... I hate this shit. I really do. But, let me see if I can find the fucking notes. I don't even have my notes for this show. Here we go. Because Rhea Ripley's debut wasn't the only thing that happened, but, it is the thing that pissed me off the most. So, the show started off with Bobby Lashley versus Sheamus. Bobby Lashley versus Sheamus. So, Lashley, we hadn't seen him since last week's Raw. He wasn't on Fastlane at all, and because he didn't have a match, which I had no problem with him. There was nobody set up to face him, so why should he have to defend on the show, right? And Sheamus was just coming out of the war he had with Drew McIntyre, and as great as that match was, I will remind you guys that match had no stakes, and it did not matter in the grand scheme of things, right? Didn't matter at all. But I will give Sheamus credit because this was a really good match. Sheamus has been one of the best superstars in WWE this year. The work that Sheamus has been on, with the matches he had with Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre, and last night with Bobby Lashley, the guy has been an absolute workhorse, and I respect the hell out of Sheamus. He has become one of my favorite guys. I love Sheamus, man. That guy doesn't hold anything back. He always performs in the ring. He brings that intensity, that fire that a lot of superstars don't have. And, I don't know. I kind of wish Sheamus would have stayed babyface, really, because he's easy to cheer for. He really is. He's such a badass these days, man. It reminds me, when Sheamus was in the bar with Cesaro. He was great. That was a great tag team. But, you always knew that Sheamus and Cesaro were naturally single stars. And then I remember when Sheamus came back, I think it was last year during the pandemic. Right before his feud with Jeff Hardy, a lot of people are like, is Sheamus just going to be a guy, right? It looks like Sheamus is going to try to get a renewed singles push, but is he just going to be a guy? But, Sheamus has been, one of the best things on WWE TV, especially on Raw, these last, I would say 6 months since he got, carried over, or he got drafted over from SmackDown. Sheamus's work has been on an unreal level. You could honestly make an argument that he's been better than Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. I'm going to be really honest. I'm not going to say he is, but that's the level of work that this guy's been putting in. The guy is an absolute beast, and I honestly think he should be recognized as one of the bigger stars on that show. I think he is highly underrated just because we've known Sheamus for the last decade. We've seen him. He's done everything, right? He's probably a future Hall of Famer, but the level of work that this guy is putting in, he's doing some of the best work of his career right now. Every single week, putting out bangers, bringing out the fire on the mic, the intensity, man. It makes me wish that he was a babyface, But, this was really good to start the show. Really, really good. And, it makes you think that maybe Sheamus should be in that WWE Championship opportunity. Because I remember a couple months ago, I complained that Drew McIntyre and Sheamus wasn't really a WrestleMania match. But honestly, sitting here today, this is one thing that a lot of you fucking casuals will never do. You guys will never admit when you're wrong. I'll admit when I'm wrong right here, right now. A couple months ago, I said that Sheamus versus McIntyre wasn't really a WrestleMania match in my eyes. Man, today, I'll sit here and admit I was wrong on that. I was 100% wrong on that. If we had ended up getting Sheamus versus McIntyre, honestly, it should be applauded. It should be honestly applauded, really, because Sheamus has proven that he is that star. He is that guy. And if you don't think Sheamus is that guy, you're just fucking blind. You're honestly just blind, If this had somehow ended up into a triple threat, because Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, and Edge, that's happening. That's most likely going to be announced this Friday on SmackDown. They're advertising SmackDown as what's going to happen next between Roman Reigns and Edge, because they kind of want you not to forget about Daniel Bryan, but they want you to not think about it. But I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be announced as a triple threat. They're going to announce that match as a triple threat. All right. And honestly, if this had somehow changed it to McIntyre and Sheamus versus Lashley into a triple threat, I wouldn't be that pissed. I would not. It wouldn't bother me at all, because Sheamus has honestly deserved that spot. He's been a badass. And even though, that's not happening because we see where Sheamus is going, and we'll talk about it in just a sec. I just saying, it wouldn't have bothered me as much. It wouldn't have bothered me as much. But anyway, like I said, the fact that Sheamus was able to, perform at this level after we saw the beating that, he took last night was really, really impressive. And, this was a really good way to start the show, even though Raw was awful after this. It was a good way to start the show. And, about halfway through, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin showed up, and they used the distraction to attack Sheamus before the break, right? And then we come back, and Sheamus is trying to make a comeback, right? You got to remember here, both Lashley and Sheamus, they're both heels. But I felt more naturally inclined just to root for Sheamus, just because you knew what he had gone through the night before, So anyway, we see Sheamus put Lashley on the apron. The dude, the 10 beats. I think that's what he calls him when he does the little when he does those blows on the chest. So I guess they're called the 10 beats of the Bodhan, whatever it is. So then he did a dive from the top turnbuckle onto the outside of the ring. Then Alexander Alexander distracted Lashley, or not Lashley. He distracted Sheamus, and that allowed Lashley to hit a spine buster, and then he got the Hurt Lock, and Sheamus had no choice but to tap out. So then after the match, the Hurt Business kept attacking Sheamus, and then Drew McIntyre came out to make the save, right? And then that would set up later in the evening for the Hurt Business to face McIntyre in a 2-on-1 handicap match. If McIntyre had won that match, the Hurt Business would be barred from ringside for his match at WrestleMania against Bobby Lashley, all right? All right. Like I said, this was a really good match, and I really liked I really enjoyed the promo Sheamus cut afterwards, right? So yeah, you guys should know the Charlie Caruso situation. Charlie Caruso is basically, she's no longer with WWE. Her contract is supposed to be expiring, and there's a lot of people that don't like her backstage because she's late to do interviews. She's not on time. And, that affects the show. I don't know how valid this story is. I love Charlie Caruso. She was easily my favorite backstage impersonator, all right? Because most of the backstage reporters in WWE have no fucking personality. She actually did have a personality, right? Kayla Braxton also has a little bit of a personality as well, but I think I love Charlie Caruso, a lot more. And, either way, Charlie's going to have a big-time future outside of WWE anyway. She's already on ESPN doing First Take some days, so this probably just opens the door for her to go to ESPN full-time, because she wasn't there all the time because of her commitment to doing WWE shows and pay-per-views. But, who knows? Maybe she ends up in AEW, right? I don't know. I don't want to see that. I'm sick and tired of the AEW shit, to be honest, right? Why does every person from WWE have to go to AEW? Like, why? But I'm not going to get into that on this show. But, whatever Charlie has next for her, she's going to do big things. And maybe she returns to WWE one day, right? But, I just hate most of these backstage reporters because they have no fucking personality. They're just a bunch of bums. All right, so they had this, I don't even know his name, this, I guess, Caucasian, Irish, I don't know what he was, I don't know what his name is, but he goes up to interview Sheamus, and he asks Sheamus, why would you have a match with Bobby Lashley, the night after you went to war with Drew McIntyre? And Sheamus says, because that's the person I am, right? I never run for a fight. And, I love that. Even though Sheamus is a heel, right? That's something like a babyface would say. Never running for a fight, standing up for yourself. I'm just like, did you really have to turn Sheamus heel? So I love this promo. Sheamus also then was asked, why did Drew McIntyre, come up and help him after the match, even though they're not best friends anymore? And Sheamus said, it's not about us not being best friends anymore. It's about respect, right? It's about respect, But Sheamus quickly, went back into heel mode, and he said, it doesn't matter if he, came out there because of respect or not. I still hate that guy for being the cocky bastard that he is. So then Matt Riddle rolled up on then you have Matt Riddle rolling up on his scooter, right? And he's still happy because of his win over Ali, and he's still United States champion. And sometimes they have freaking Riddle look like an absolute geek. I still love Riddle for it, man. But he's rolling around Sheamus. Sheamus is like, hey, what the hell are you doing right now, right? And Riddle's talking about I forget what the hell this dude was talking about. He was talking about something with scooters. He was explaining to Sheamus why he enjoys riding on a scooter. And Sheamus was pretending like, he cared. And he actually went to try to ride the scooter. And instead, he just took half the scooter apart and then hit Riddle in the core for it. And who said for the last couple months, right, that if Sheamus is not in the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, that he should be facing Matt Riddle? I think it was me, right? I think it was this podcaster. So I don't know if somebody from WWE is listening to me, but they got it right here. Sheamus versus Matt Riddle is absolutely the best decision for the United States Championship match at WrestleMania. Right? Sheamus is performing on an unreal level right now. Matt Riddle, this is his first WrestleMania, and Sheamus is the perfect opponent, the perfect heel for him to face. And I'm going to be honest, in most circumstances, I would pick the younger superstar to go over here. But I'm going to go with Sheamus. And we'll do the WrestleMania prediction show in a couple weeks here once we have the full card and we're closer to WrestleMania. But Sheamus should go over here. I think he deserves to be champion at least for a couple months, right? He is performing on an unreal level. Sheamus, I believe he hasn't won a championship since he's been back. And honestly, that's kind of sad because I believe Sheamus should have already won a title by now. The guy is working on an unreal level, and I feel like WWE should reward him with a United States Championship. So right now, I think Sheamus should become the new United States Champion at WrestleMania. I don't think it's going to hurt Matt Riddle if he loses to one of the top guys in the company right now who is doing unreal levels of work. He's performing at such a high level right now. He deserves to be, United States champion. And if the match is great like we expect it to, it's going to make Riddle look like a bigger star coming out of it. I say the same thing about Bianca, but you guys don't understand any of that horse shit at all, right? I also just quick side note on the Bianca thing. I don't know if you guys have saw, but there's this hashtag going around, main event Bank v Belair, something like that. So people want Sasha and Bianca to main event one of the the nights of WrestleMania, and it was announced that Sasha and Bianca is going to be taking place on night one. So they're actually announcing what matches are going to be taking place in advance, and that match will be taking place on night one. And like I said, I would love to see Sasha and Bianca main event night one, but what matters more to me is that Sasha retains. As long as Sasha retains, I don't give a shit when the match takes place. It could be on the pre-show, even though we know it would never be on the pre-show, but it could be on the pre-show, it could be the opening match of the show, it could be the main event, it could be the match before the main event. As long as Sasha fucking retains, that's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to me. Period. That's all I'm going to say on that, right? All right, but anyway, it looks like it's going to be Sheamus versus Matt Riddle at WrestleMania for the United States Championship, which I got no problem. Next up, we had Asuka versus Peyton Royce, right? A lot of people had eyes on this match just because we talked about it a couple weeks ago. If you guys saw Raw Talk, Peyton Royce cut a very passionate promo, right? A very passionate promo about how underused he was and, how she just wanted an opportunity. So a lot of people had eyes on this. I said before, they should have just done a fucking tournament. You have like an 8-woman tournament, right? And you have it go on for a couple weeks, and then whoever wins faces Asuka at Mania. It's that simple. It gives a chance to, elevate everybody in the division, gives everybody a chance to showcase what they can do, But instead, they go down the boring, uncreative route. But, honestly, this was not a bad match. You can argue that this was probably Peyton Royce's best match on the main roster in a singles role. Right? And the thing about it is, there's not a lot of, I guess there's not a lot of criteria there anyway, just because Peyton Royce doesn't have many singles matches, and she hasn't done much outside of her being in a tag team with Billie Kay since they were on the main roster the last couple years. But still, Peyton Royce was really good in this match. Really good. And if WWE actually gave a shit about Asuka's title reign, they could actually built this up a little bit. They could have done this on a B-level pay-per-view. Honestly, if you had wanted to, if you had built up Peyton Royce correctly, you could have done this match at Fastlane. You could have done this match at Fastlane or the Elimination Chamber. It's true. It would have been it would have been, like a main event level match. Nobody's saying that. But at least it would have got Asuka a credible title defense and, allowed her to do what she does best and make someone else look like a star. That's the reason why Sasha and Asuka are the best in the world, even though WWE has fucked up with both of their title reigns. They put people over. They make other people look like stars at the end of the day. And, this was a good example of that. And I'm happy that Peyton Royce got, the attention and that, she looked better here. I just hope that in the future, the WWE builds up superstars like her. Because we need credible names like her in the women's division. WWE has done wrong by Peyton Royce and Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott and all of these other superstars. And it shouldn't be the case. Even if you don't see them as world champions, even if you don't see them as people who are going to be Raw and SmackDown women's title holders, right? You still need credible names like that. They give you good feuds and good matches and they keep the women's division intriguing. We still need those kinds of feuds and those people. Right? So build these people up so that when we actually see them in the ring, we actually give a shit. We didn't care about this because we like Peyton Royce. We cared about this because she made us care about that because of the promo she gave on Raw Talk. It's not hard to build up superstars. Just let them go do what they do best. Perform in the ring. Make them look a little bit serious. It's not hard to build up a superstar in 2021. It's just that WWE makes superstars look like losers and fucking jobbers 80% of the time, that when we actually see them in the ring do something like this, we just don't give a shit. We just don't give a shit. All right? Instead of setting Peyton Royce right back into doing nothing on Raw, because she's going to go right back to catering. Build her up. Have her wrestle every single week. Have her face Naomi. Have her face Shayna Baszler. Have her face Nia Jax. Right? And they may not be the best matches, but give her a chance to, get better in the ring and show people what she can do. And actually have her build up a level of investment. So then you can build her up and use her, for her future title matches. Because this is what we're talking about. When Rhea Ripley, if she does beat Asuka, who the fuck is she going to have to face? She's going to have nobody. Because you don't build anybody up in that division. And that should not be the case at all. That should not be the case. Right? So Peyton Royce, she looked very impressive last night. She has a lot of room for improvement, but she did good. And I got to give credit to Peyton Royce, and I got to give credit to Asuka. But do not just let her go right back to catering where she's not going to be used. Right? I say this about Liv Morgan all the time. She is one of the most underrated performers in that women's division. Do not let these superstars go back to catering where they're not going to be used. Continue to build them up. Continue to build them up. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult at all. So we'll see what happens here with Peyton Royce. If this was just, a one-night showcase for her. But she looked very impressive. And it just, it just showcases more of an underlying message. How WWE needs to use these superstars that are actually really talented and that can actually go in the ring. Even if you don't see them as future champions, they still have a role in that women's division. They can still be put in unique storylines to help build themselves up and build up other champions and other people around them and to make the overall women's division better. Stop putting these superstars in catering where they stand there for 2-3 years doing nothing and then they ask to be released. They all have talent. WWE's talent pool is unlimited. They just refuse to use it to its full potential. And it's sad. It's sad. And we need to really stop with that. Really. It probably won't happen, right? WWE's not going to listen to me because why the fuck would they care about what I have to say? I'm just a guy who rambles on YouTube every week. But it's sad because these superstars have talent. Fucking use them. Anyway, next up we had what was it? The Dirt Sheet with The Miz and John Morrison, right? And The Miz talked about how he's had a rough couple of weeks, with, highs and lows, winning the WWE Championship and then losing it to Bobby Lashley just over a week later. And now how he's dealing with this Bad Bunny situation. We all know how good The Miz is on the microphone. That's never something that's been not known about The Miz. We've always known that The Miz is fantastic on the mic. That's never been a question. It's just that we just don't give a shit. The guy's just never been on that level in the ring for me to care. And, that's the thing here. The Miz cut a really good promo here. Talking about, how the Bad Bunny's music career will never compare to what he's done in WWE. And now he's a 2-time Grand Slam champion and all these other stuff. Miz cut a really good promo. It's just that I don't give a shit about this Bad Bunny thing. I don't want to see it. It's not going to elevate WrestleMania for me. It's just more forced bullshit that I just can't stand. It's forced bullshit. And, this whole thing is, and they also showed a preview that how next week, right, Miz and Morrison are going to be showcasing their new music video, Hey Hey Hop Hop, right? And how they recorded a music video in the Thunderdome. And it's going to look so wacky. Even though this is perfect for the Miz and Morrison because they thrive in that stupid, heel role where you want to see them get their ass kicked. But still, it's just wacky and I just don't have any care for it. I don't care for this Bad Bunny shit. I don't. And, The Miz, he complained how Bad Bunny is on the WrestleMania post and they aren't. And I don't know if that's actually the case, if that was just made for that segment, or if Bad Bunny's actually on the official WrestleMania poster. And if he is on the WrestleMania poster officially, that's a shame and that is sad. Because there is no way in a million years that Bad Bunny deserves to be on a WrestleMania poster. That is sad and disrespectful. It's a spit in the face to everybody else who's in that company. For real. I hate it. Because WWE brings in these celebrities and they make them look like such bigger stars compared to the talent that they have on their roster. I don't care if WrestleMania is 2 nights and you have time to do a match like this. I don't want to see it. Just like I didn't want to see Tyson Fury. Just like I didn't want to see Cain Velasquez. Just like I didn't want to see Floyd Mayweather back in 2008. I hate when WWE does this shit. Nobody wants to see it. It's a waste of our time. And it's a slap in the face to the superstars that have been there for the last year, during the pandemic, mind you, who are not being used. Especially when it comes to WrestleMania, your most important show of the year. It's a slap in the face for them not to be on the WrestleMania poster and to have a celebrity who's not going to have any connection to WWE long term. Because Bad Bunny's not going to be with WWE going forward. And he's going to have this match at WrestleMania, and then he's most likely going to be gone. That's it. And it's sad that WWE does this for a celebrity who doesn't need it. Bad Bunny doesn't need to be on the WrestleMania card. He doesn't deserve to be on the WrestleMania card. But here the fuck we are. Here we are. So they showed replays of The Miz hitting Bad Bunny with a guitar last week, right? And anyway, before Miz scheduled a match with Jeff Hardy, who, I don't know if you guys have noticed, Jeff Hardy has nothing planned for WrestleMania. Not that I care. I'm not a big Jeff Hardy guy to begin with, but still, You know, how pissed do you think Jeff Hardy is that basically he was in a jobber role tonight, right? He was basically there to put Miz over. He was there to make Miz look strong because we know that we're getting Miz versus Bad Bunny at WrestleMania. How do you think Jeff Hardy feels about that? How he's most likely not going to be on the WrestleMania card. He'll be put in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal with everybody else. You guys don't think about that. That's why I'm here to educate you idiots, right? You know, but the whole thing here is Miz did challenge Bad Bunny to a match at WrestleMania before this match, and then we would get the answer later on in the show. So Jeff Hardy came out and he challenged Miz to fight without having Morrison at ringside. Miz agreed, and Morrison left, right? Excuse me. So the match, I guess the match was okay, you know, whatever. You know, the match here with Jeff Hardy was nothing special. It was an okay TV match. Hardy did his normal signature moves, and then the Miz pushed him into a ring post, and then he did the skull crushing finale for the pin. 1, 2, 3. After the match, Bad Bunny hit him with a guitar, and then he accepted the match with the Miz, calling him a son of a bitch, and that was that. Like I said, I have no care for this at all. Zero care. Zero care. There is not a bone in my body that gives a shit about this match at WrestleMania. Not a single bone. And, you know, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't even feel like watching it. And the thing about it is, I don't know if WWE plans to change it to Miz and Morrison versus Bad Bunny and Damian Priest, because right now it's a one-on-one match, right? So here you have Damian Priest, a young star who people actually like, and, you know, right now he's just going to be in a manager role. So here you have a young star in Damian Priest who, if built up correctly, not that I trust WWE to do so, but if, you know, built up correctly, he could be a top main event guy for WWE one day, fighting for WWE and Universal titles. And instead, in his first WrestleMania, right now at least, you have him playing the manager role to a celebrity. A celebrity who should have no business having a match at WrestleMania to begin with. We'll see. We still got 2 weeks. We still got 2 Monday Night Raws before Mania. So I think it's likely that it'll probably be changed to being Bad Bunny and Priest versus Miz and Morrison. But still, you know, if you are happy about this Bad Bunny situation, then like I said, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. There's not a bone in my body that gives a shit about this at all. It's that simple. At all. Because we all know what Bad Bunny ain't gonna do anything special. He might do a frog splash or something like that. You know, maybe he does a clothesline or a suicide dive. But I expect nothing. You know, nothing special from Bad Bunny at WrestleMania, and it's a complete waste of our time. Complete waste. That's just me being 100% honest. All right. I also forgot to mention the Rhea Ripley thing. Because I ranted about it so much here at the beginning of the show, I completely glossed over it after the Payne and Royce match. So, like I said, near the end here, Payne and Royce hit a double stomp from the top turnbuckle, and Asuka kicked out and put her in the Asuka lock, so Asuka got the win. So Rhea Ripley's music hit. Rhea Ripley came down to the ring, and she basically challenged Asuka to a match at WrestleMania, like I ranted to earlier. She said that Charlotte had also made the challenge, but Rhea Ripley actually said on TV, and I quote, Charlotte was busy recovering from COVID. So it's like WWE wants you to know that Charlotte did not leave in the company and that she's not on bad terms with the company because of the Andrade situation. Because when the hell has WWE ever mentioned that a superstar was recovering from COVID? Usually when a WWE superstar gets COVID, they're put in, you know, health and safety protocols, right? They quarantine at home, they recover, and they don't mention it at all. They won't mention anything. You know, you just don't see the superstar on the show, and you're just like, oh, you know, where was Sheamus last week? Huh? Well, you know, where was Liv Morgan this week, right? Why was he on the show? And then you wait till you get the dirt sheets from Dave Meltzer's stupid ass, and then, you know, that's when you find out, oh, you know, this superstar recovering from COVID. So you can see here, WWE's putting their hidden agenda here, right? They want to make you believe that everything between Charlotte and WWE's all topsy-turvy, everything's great, right? and everything's splendid because Charlotte's just not there because she's recovering from COVID. Charlotte actually tweeted something similar on her social media page, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. I feel like it's a bunch of bullshit. They just want you to think that, Charlotte's not mad at WWE after what happened with Andrade, when we all know the situation is not good. Not good at all. And we don't know what's going to happen with Charlotte and WWE going forward. So Rhea Ripley said, I'm not here to waste time and I need an answer right away. So once again, you have Rhea Ripley, who hasn't done jack shit on the main roster, coming out and saying to Asuka, mind you, right? Coming out and telling Asuka, I need an answer right now. Accept my challenge for WrestleMania for the Raw Women's Championship. Well, I don't know why Asuka would have just said yes so willingly. Asuka said yes without hesitation. Right? If I'm Asuka, if I'm the champion, I'm saying, bitch, you haven't done anything. This is your first night and you think you can just challenge me for the Raw Women's Championship? Right? You're gonna come up and challenge me? I appreciate it and I understand you have the hunger and the fire, but bitch, you gotta earn a shot against me. You gotta work your way up the ladder. And plus you're asking for a match against me on the biggest stage at WrestleMania? The biggest show of the year? Like, are you serious right now? And it's just stupid shit like this, bro. But yet you casuals have no problem with it. But WWE is ruining the concept of the Royal Rumble in front of you with these kinds of decisions. They're ruining the concept of the Royal Rumble and all this other bullshit. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's just WWE. It's honestly just WWE just fucking saying, oh, we have 3 weeks. We fucked up. We waited too long to start building towards WrestleMania. And now this is what we have to do. We're going to book our entire WrestleMania card in one night. That's what WWE's doing. And it's just a bunch of horseshit. It's a bunch of horseshit. And a waste of our time. And honestly, like I said, I'll keep reminding you guys. If you guys are honestly for it and you guys accept this bullshit, you're the problem with WWE in 2021. It's that simple. You're the problem. Because you let them do whatever they want, and you sit there and you take it right up the ass. Next up, we had AJ Styles versus Kofi Kingston. If you guys remember last week, they announced AJ and Almas would be challenging for the Raw Tag Team Championships. And it's not that I have a problem with it. It's just that, what the fuck are we supposed to expect from Almas here? Right, the only reason why we're getting this is because you had nothing else planned for the Raw Tag Team titles, and you had nothing else planned for AJ Styles, that you just like, all right, let's put this match all together, and let's have the draw being, Almas' first match at WrestleMania. But the New Day is just like everybody else. We have no idea what to expect. Just because it's Almas' first match doesn't mean the match is going to be good. I love AJ Styles, but, is Almas enough? Is Almas enough for this to be a good match at WrestleMania? I don't know, because I have no idea what to expect from the guy. But, so basically, Styles and Almas came out, and they started talking about WrestleMania and how they're going to get the job done, right? And the thing about it is, you could tell Almas has no idea what he's doing. I'm already seeing the cracks. I'm already seeing that he's not ready for this. You're putting his first match on the biggest stage at WrestleMania, and the guy's not ready. I can tell. You have Styles out here. Clearly, Styles is, the more experienced of the two, right? He's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He's done it all. But the thing about it is, you have Styles cutting the promo, and Almas has no idea where to give his lines. Almas is just like, yup. Because before, Almas was just there as like the security guy, right? He didn't have to say anything. But now you have to make me believe here that as a tag team, you have to be on an equal level with your partner. You have to have trust, right? You have to have each other's backs. And AJ and Almas have not been able to prove that. We've never seen them in a match together. We don't know how far they're willing to go to be champions. The New Day have done that for years, right? So you have Amos here. Amos has no idea. Like, it's like Amos is like no idea where he's supposed to say his lines. He has no idea where he's supposed to talk. It's just that AJ's trying to guide him, and Amos is having trouble following. So I'm already seeing the cracks here. I'm already seeing that this was put together way too quickly, and Amos is not going to be ready for WrestleMania. He's not ready for that kind of pressure. He's not ready for that type of spotlight, right? So the New Day came out afterwards, and like I said, they were just like us. They had questions, right? They had questions about this team. So they asked, Styles to answer simple questions about Amos. What's his favorite color? He said red. Amos's favorite question was, or favorite color was, I think, mauve. I don't know. I don't know what the color was. I don't really care. It was some random color that I've never heard of before, right? Then he asked, like, what's his favorite wrestler? He said Andre the Giant. You guys can see the connection. They're both big men, whatever, right? AJ said it was AJ Styles, of course. So I guess you could see, the cracks already. That's the story here. The New Day, they're the experienced tag team. And even though Amos serves a threat, being that 7-foot giant, we have no idea what to expect from him. And even as great as AJ is, he's never really been in a team since he's been in WWE. Unless you count the 2 times where he's with the Good Brothers before, Gallows and Anderson got released and went to Impact, right? So either way, this would lead to a match with AJ and Kofi Kingston, right? I enjoy this. I like Kofi. I love AJ. I kind of wish this got a little more time. This is to me, this is like a world title match, if I'm being honest, because I just think Kofi is that level. We've seen Kofi as WWE champion give us banger matches, but this was pretty enjoyable. Coming back, Kofi started to take control, right? He did his comeback. He set up for the Trouble in Paradise, but Styles caught him with a jumping kick to the head. Styles then tried to hit the phenomenal forearm, but Woods distracted him with the trombone. So Kingston then hit the SOS when AJ went for another phenomenal forearm, and then Kofi got the pin 1, 2, 3. So you guys see the cracks. Like I said, I know what WWE is going to do next week. We're going to see AJ Styles versus Xavier Woods next week, because we're not going to see Amos in the ring before WrestleMania. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But, right now, I don't know what happens at WrestleMania. I don't know if Amos wins and Styles win. Right now, I just don't have any care for the Raw Tag Team title scene. I love the New Day, but, I just don't have any care for it. It's all going to depend on what Amos does at WrestleMania, if the guy is ready. And right now, I don't see him as being ready. So right now, if I had to make a pick, I would go with the New Day retaining. And especially because you can't have everybody, becoming new champions. I know at WrestleMania, we see a lot of title changes, but not everybody can become a champion at WrestleMania. Not everybody can. You can't change, titles, with every single superstar and team. It's not right. It makes the show less special. So right now, if I'm being honest, I'm gonna go with the New Day to retain. We'll see if Amos can do anything to make me change that prediction. But right now, I don't see AJ and Amos winning at WrestleMania. I don't. Next up, we had the we had a handicap match with Drew McIntyre versus Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. And like I said earlier, this match, if McIntyre won, the Hurt Business would be barred from ringside for his match against Lashley at Mania. This was mainly just because the Hurt Business got involved in Lashley's match with Sheamus earlier in the evening. So I guess I don't have a problem with it. It kind of makes sense, And I didn't really watch the match itself, but it's stupid that, in a 2-on-1 scenario, we see this all the time. The team with, the 2-on-1 advantage never wins. Never wins. It's always the guy with the handicap that wins the match here. And even though it makes sense here, because you want Drew and Lashley to be 1-on-1, you don't want to have the Hurt Business interfering. It's just, dumb. It's dumb logic at the end of the day, if you ask me. because who cares, right? Like, honestly, who gives a crap about this in general? It's not like they were ever planning to have the Hurt Business at ringside anyway, right? Plus, it makes the Hurt Business look stupid because just last week, right? Just a couple weeks ago, they were on top of the world as Raw Tag Team Champions. Now, not only are they no longer Raw Tag Team Champions, they don't have a match at WrestleMania. They're probably going to be put in the Battle Royal because they have nothing else for them. It just sucks. It sucks for them. They were at the top of the mountain, and now they're at the lowest of lows. And, WWE, it just makes them look dumb. It makes them look dumb. They lose the tag titles weeks before WrestleMania. Now they can't get the job done against Drew McIntyre in a 2-on-1 handicap match. It's just dumb if you ask me. Flat out stupid. That's what it is. Flat out stupid. So at the end here, right? McIntyre got back into it. Of course, he gave headbutts and future shock DDTs to both men. Then he nailed both men with 2 Claymore kicks and got the win. So McIntyre versus Lashley just stays a 1-on-1 match with only MVP at ringside. So that was that. This was just done to fill in time and give McIntyre something to do tonight. Not that it didn't really add anything to the feud itself. Next up we had the women's tag title situation. I don't really want to talk about it after that bullshit with Sasha and Bianca that they wasted our time with for the last 2 months, basically. Like, all I will say is this, because I know this is a SmackDown review. What was the fucking point? If you were never going to have Sasha and Bianca win the tag titles, they should have never done it. They should have never done any of the matches. And the fact that they did it at not only 1, but 2 pay-per-views, it just fills me with anger and rage. But whatever. So anyway, we had Mandy Rose and Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. All right, we had Nia Jax and not Nia Jax. What the fuck am I saying? Naomi and Lana. You guys see how much I care about the women's tag title situation. Anyway, yeah, we had Naomi and Lana at ringside on commentary. So the match was, like I said, these matches are just pointless. They're just time fillers, right? So Rose hit a jumping knee strike here near the end for a near strike, but then Jax hit Dana Brooke with a Samoan drop for the win, and that was that. Like I said, this is so stupid. I like Reginald. It's so dumb. The fact that they've made Reginald more important than, I would say, about 80% of the women's division is a complete fucking joke. It shows how bad Vince McMahon is and how truly out of touch he is. He wasted all that time with him in the Sasha Banks and Carmella feud. Then he wasted that time with them in the Sasha Banks and Bianca versus Nia and Shayna feud the last couple months. And now here he is. We're going to WrestleMania, and this guy's still joking around and, wasting time and putting himself in the business that he doesn't belong in. Because I know, like, midway through the match, they had Mandy Rose wasting time chasing Reginald around the ring. And I'm just like, wow. So what? Is Reginald going to be in the tag title match at WrestleMania? Because most likely, it's probably going to be Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville and Lana and Naomi and maybe Natalya and Tamina versus Jackson Baszler. It's probably going to be like a 4-way for the women's tag titles at Mania. And is Reginald going to be the special guest referee? Or does Reginald take Shayna or Nia's place if one of them gets injured? Is that where this is leading to? It's a complete waste of time. And it's a joke. That here we are, 3 weeks out from WrestleMania, and Reginald is still being pushed, better than, half of the women's division. It's ridiculous how this guy's involved in all these storylines. I don't know why. I don't know who thinks this is good storytelling. It's not. It's a joke. I absolutely hate it. The only thing is, I'm just glad that I guess I'm glad that we just won't see Reginald involved in Sasha and Bianca's feud going forward. But anyway, Next up, we had Elias versus Braun Strowman. This was a rematch from last night at Fastlane, if you guys didn't know. They actually did Elias versus Strowman at Fastlane. It was a complete waste of time, right? Because clearly they weren't going to give you Shane McMahon versus Strowman because they're trying to delay this till WrestleMania. But, man, was this retarded. This was dumb, right? So, hey, what does WWE love to do after a pay-per-view? They love to give you a pay-per-view level match on, the Raw after that. They do this all the time. They're like, hey, we just did this match on pay-per-view. Let's do it again, right? To give people who didn't watch the pay-per-view a chance to see what they missed. And such a waste of time. So, anyway, Shane McMahon and Elias actually sang a new song about how Braun Strowman was stupid. And I'm actually, I'm going to play it for you guys, because give me a second. Because why not? Why not? As stupid as this feud is, no pun intended, and I know that we spent a lot of time last week talking about how stupid Raw is in general. But, still, I'm not going to lie, I do laugh when Shane calls Braun stupid. I'm not investing in the storyline at all, but I just find it hilarious, just hearing Shane call Braun stupid. So let me find it. Let me find the actual clip. Here we go.
Well, a lot of people are upset about what happened last night at Fastlane, or more specifically, what didn't happen. But nobody is more upset than me, because if I didn't have my knee injury, I would have wiped the floor with that peanut brain Braun Strowman. Braun. Now don't worry, that match between Braun and I is going to happen just as soon as my knee is healed up, whenever that may be. But
here's the thing that's crazy, man. They're actually making merch for this shit now. They're making merch for Braun in the chain. The Stupid Express. Great to see that the people at WWE Shop has adapted Vince McMahon's uncreativity. Because their merch designs just get worse and worse. The Stupid Express. That's an actual shirt now. Instead of Strowman, it just says stupid. Fantastic.
Going back to last night, now again, Elias, I know you didn't have a lot of time, but you didn't exactly get the job done. So
I didn't have time to prepare. I thought I was coming out here to do
never interrupt me again. Now you do have a good point. You didn't have a lot of time to prepare, but you did for today. That's why you're having your rematch with Braun Strowman. We've also prepared a little something special that we wrote together. It's entitled, Braun is Stupid. Sir, if you would.
I can't believe this is an actual thing, man. Braun is stupid.
There's a man named Braun who's big in size,
but his brain is small and he's not too wise.
He's not too wise.
He struggles with solving 2 + 2.
I don't think he can tie his shoe.
Not gonna lie though, this is not bad.
Any smart man can clearly see Braun is stupid.
So stupid, his IQ has been diluted.
Braun is stupid, so stupid,
an imbecile we've concluded, because
Braun is so.
Oh yeah, hold the note, hold the note.
Stupid. Excellent. That was good stuff right there. That was good.
Beautiful.
It's an excellent song.
But we can do another one. We can do another one.
Not bad. I'm actually not gonna say that was not bad. I just wanted to hear Shane said Braun is stupid. Look, I need Elias to make another song for me. How Vince is retarded. Please, that needs to be the sequel. And then have, put Fitzmonk TV and all these other content creators as the feature verses. That's what we need. That's what we need. Like I said, the song wasn't dumb. It's the storyline that's dumb. I laugh every time Shane calls Braun stupid. I just don't like that this is a storyline, especially going to WrestleMania. That it's stupid and a waste of time.
I'm sure you guys think you're real funny, huh? Shane, I don't give a damn if you got a peg leg. Nothing's gonna stop the ass whooping that's coming for you. And as for you, Elias, I got a song for you. And I have a feeling you're kind of familiar with it. It's called The Man Who Got These Hands.
Man who got these hands. Okay. Yeah, you know what I miss? I missed when, if you guys remember back in the day, remember when Braun was a babyface on Raw? Back when we still had crowds, which feels like forever ago. But I remember Elias and freaking Strowman had a sing-off. And remember, Strowman came out with, that huge-ass guitar. Was it a guitar or a violin? It may have been, a huge violin or I don't remember what it was. But it was, a huge guitar or something like that. And Braun actually, played a pretty good song. I miss those days, when I actually cared about Braun Strowman. But, like I said, I didn't have any problem with the song. I just feel like this storyline is a waste of time. And it's stupid. It's that simple. It's stupid. But anyway, the match itself. I wasn't paying attention for this. I didn't pay attention to the match at Fastlane. I definitely didn't pay attention to the rematch tonight. But I don't know if you guys caught this, but in Strowman's match with Elias tonight, during the match is, when Strowman does his little lap around the ring where he does rampages to anybody who's there. Now they have sound effects for it. So it's actually like a train. I don't know what to call it. It's like an express train. And it's a waste of time. It's ridiculous. I don't believe someone actually spent time putting, train express sounds for when Strowman runs around the ring. It sounds horrific. It's one thing if you put sounds for when Roman does the oola or the yes chants, things like this. I understand you want to do creative things since you're in a pandemic, right? You're in the Thunderdome. You can't really do these things with a live crowd, but that is horrific. That's horrific. We don't need that. Whoever thought it would be a good idea to put those ridiculous sounds in, no, get rid of them, please. So Strowman won the match with a running power slam. Not that it mattered or anything like that. But instead, we got, after the match, Strowman called out Shane and challenged him to a match at WrestleMania. No surprise there. Shane also said that, Strowman could pick any match he wants. So this will have some kind of stipulation. So I don't know what stipulation that's going to be, right? I can't really think about one at the moment because I just don't have the care for this feud. We'll see, if WWE tries to do something unique here. Maybe it's Falls Count Anywhere, right? I don't know. But we'll see what kind of unique stipulation they have for this match, right? But, yes, it was confirmed. Strowman vs. Shane was announced. Now we just got to wait for the stipulation, all right? Stupid waste of time. Last but not least, we had Randy Orton summoning Bray Wyatt. So the Fiend did return last night at Fastlane. Nobody was surprised but it. He had this, new, I guess you could say, deceased look. Supposed to represent how, how he survived Randy Orton putting him on fire. So Orton came into the ring carrying something in a bag. He talked about how he loved burning the Fiend alive, but at Fastlane, he smelled burnt flesh again when the Fiend returned. Orton vowed that after tonight, he would be done with Bliss and the Fiend. And then the Firefly Funhouse music played, and Alexa came out to the ring holding a Jack in the Knife box toy. So after that, the Fiend appeared behind Orton, but did not strike. He just stood there, right? And then Orton had a gas can in the bag. He threw some gas at Wyatt, but Wyatt did not move at all. Then all of a sudden, Wyatt did take a step forward, but Orton hit first and hit what it looked like a really good RKO. Then Bliss distracted him while the Fiend got back to his feet and applied the mandible claw. So Raw ended with Bliss and Wyatt standing side by side whilst he pointed to the WrestleMania side. So clearly, we all knew this, Fiend versus Randy Orton. So I think it's going to be two things here, right? Strowman versus Shane and Fiend versus Wyatt. Those are going to be probably like your two big attractive matches, right? Where you can do something wacky. We always have these matches at WrestleMania. And you're probably going to have one on each night, right? So whatever the storyline ends up being for Shane versus Strowman, or the stipulation, whatever that ends up being for Shane versus Strowman, and Wyatt versus Orton, which I'm hoping ends up being another Firefly Funhouse match. They can do it. They can do it, right? All you have to do is you can have Wyatt versus the Fiend, or not Wyatt versus the Fiend. You have Wyatt versus Orton start in the ring, and then they brawl to, some place backstage, and then you could have like a pre-recorded Firefly Funhouse part. It's not difficult to do, So I'm hoping that's the match we get, just because I really enjoyed the Firefly Funhouse match we got with Cena and the Fiend last year, and I feel like it can work here, Just have the match start in the ring and then have them start fighting, into the backstage area, and then you can just do whatever you have to do from there. That's the only way really that you can actually make me care about the Wyatt and Fiend feud, because I'm so over it at this point. It's just, a waste of time, So there we have it. Orton and the Fiend has been confirmed. The final chapter in their rivalry. Well, clearly the Fiend's going to get his payback, right? We'll just have to see how it's all done. But other than that, guys, that's about all I got for you guys today, man. I'm going to get out of here. I didn't expect today's podcast to be as long as it was. But, there it is. That is that. Other than that, guys, that's all I got for you guys today, man. Like I said, I'm just going to leave you guys with this. If you guys are casual, right, just open up your fucking eyes. Really. Stop taking everything WWE gives you and then just taking it up the ass. Just stop. Take a step back. Look. Breathe. Analyze. Look at what this company is doing. And look, how did we get here? How did we get here? Does it make sense? Simple questions like that. Where can I see WWE taking this storyline or this decision and going after WrestleMania? Just look at those little things, and then just make a decision there. It's not hard to see past WWE's bullshit. It's not that difficult. It's not. Just stop. The Rhea Ripley shit, the Bianca Belair nonsense, all these dumbass decisions, like Bad Bunny versus The Miz, all these random matches being made out of nowhere because WWE is so uncreative and lazy that they wait till the last moment to make their matches for WrestleMania. It's sad. Don't fall for the bullshit. Don't be a dumbass casual. Because I don't like coming on here and calling you guys out and complaining. But you guys are actually dumb. You guys are dumb. Now, it's not all of you, but it's a lot of you. So, come on. Just be smart. Be smart. I will always be here to educate you guys, right? And make you see the little things that you guys may not notice. But still, man, use your fucking heads. Use your brains, people. You're not dumb. God gave you a brain for a reason. Use it, right? Don't let Vince McMahon freaking manipulate you into some of this dumbass crap, man. But other than that, guys, that's all I got for you guys today. Other than that, I'll see you guys later, man. Stay safe and healthy. Check out the Fastlane review if you guys haven't already. Also, guys, you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the big red button and subscribe, and hit the bell next to my name, Fitzmonk TV, so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. Other than that, I'll see you guys later. Stay safe and healthy, y'all. Peace.